Britain has recently discovered a new revenue model. Not taxes, not trade, not tourism, but invoices. And according to former Home Secretary Suella Braverman, those invoices should be sent to countries like India, Kenya, Nigeria, Jamaica, basically any country that Britain once ruled. Because in her view, the empire deserves to be reimbursed. Now, before you think this is some obscure internet comment, this came from someone who served as Britain's Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, the politician who built much of her career on taking positions guaranteed to spark headlines. She became one of Britain's most hardline conservative politicians, championing stricter immigration policies and helping push the controversial Rwanda deportation plan, under which asylum seekers arriving in Britain would be sent thousands of kilometers away while their claims were being processed. This proposal generated years of legal battle, enormous political controversy, and was eventually abandoned. She's now with Reform UK, Nigel Farage's party, and if controversy paid taxes, she'd probably be Chancellor by now. Now, this controversy began after Jamaica renewed its push for reparations over Britain's role in slavery and the transatlantic slave trade.
I'm not sure that you want me to reply to things that really are asinine. And certainly the notion that we should pay the United Kingdom for oppressing us, for enslaving us, and for treating us as chattel. And that is the difference. Slavery existed before, but this was the first time that human beings were defined as chattel.
Instead of debating whether reparations are justified, Braverman flipped the argument completely. Braverman argues that if former colonies are asking Britain for reparations, maybe they should pay Britain instead for what she called Britain's investment. The strangest part of this debate is that history itself doesn't support Braverman's argument. You see, before Britain colonized India, it was one of the wealthiest countries in the world. But post-independence, India as an economic power has drastically declined. In fact, let's test Braverman's theory of Britain's investment on India's railways. Yes, Britain built much of that network. Nobody disputes that. But why? Because railways were the Amazon Prime of the empire. Fast delivery. Except deliveries weren't online orders. They were soldiers, cotton, coal, tea, and taxes. So asking India to thank Britain for railways is rather like congratulating someone for installing conveyor belts in a factory, without mentioning that the factory's profits went somewhere else. It's like a burglar demanding payment because he installed a better lock after emptying your house. The lock wasn't for you, it was for him. And here comes the part of Braverman's argument that makes you wonder if the former Home Minister had actually been sleeping in history class. She argues today's Britons shouldn't have to pay for history, except Britain itself spent generations paying off loans taken to compensate slave owners after abolition. Not the enslaved, the owners. Those repayments ended only in 2015. History apparently lasts a very long time depending on who's receiving the check. Social media naturally had a field day. One user wrote that the British Empire wasn't some charitable foundation. It was a commercial enterprise built around extraction. Another compared Braverman's logic to someone occupying another person's home, making cosmetic improvements while profiting from it for decades, and then demanding reimbursement after moving out. Perhaps the sharpest response was this. Britain spent centuries taking gold, resources, and wealth from colonies, then asked to be paid for the infrastructure that made taking those resources easier. That's not development. That's sending someone the bill for the getaway vehicle. If there is a political multiverse somewhere, I'm convinced Suella Braverman and Donald Trump are neighbors and probably exchange policy ideas over tea. One wanted countries using Hormuz to pay America cargo fees. The other wants former colonies to pay Britain for the empire. To Trump's credit, he at least walked his proposal back. Braverman seems perfectly happy mailing the invoice. Whether you support reparations or oppose them, that's a legitimate political debate. But suggesting colonialism deserves a reimbursement bonus, that's a different conversation entirely. Because empires want subscription services. Former colonies want customers. So when someone suggests former colonies should now write Britain a check, they're hearing history rewritten with remarkably selective accounting. And perhaps that's why Braverman's comments triggered such a global backlash. Because gratitude is difficult to demand from people who are still arguing over the cost of what was taken in the first place. This is Shivangi Mukherjee for India Abroad.